10 back.
10 back.
And I have to approve the posting for this.
Okay. Good.
Are we all ready to start? Oh, no, we're not. Waiting for. He is here. Yeah, I don't know what Tom, we gain one and lose the other. Yeah.
Yes.
You want to grab a chair?
I don't want to yet.
Okay. Is this a recycling vessel over here?
There he is. There he is.
Okay, so
I'm going to call him.
what does this work?
That's just a note. Okay?
Okay, sure. Press.
It is 4:11, 4:12. I'm going to call this meeting to order, public meeting to order. And I have a copy of the proof of posting, and I'm going to give it to police manager. And if everyone would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. We're here this afternoon to make a public announcement. And we've handed out press releases, but I'd like to read the press release by Mike. Today, December 21st, 2012, I'd like to announce the Hooksett Police Commission is very pleased to announce the appointment of Mr. Peter Bartlett to the position of Chief of Police. Mr. Bartlett will assume the responsibility of Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the Hooksett Police Department effective January 7th, 2013. Peter Bartlett has over 24 years of law enforcement experience with the Manchester, New Hampshire Department, the largest municipal police agency in the state of New Hampshire. Chief Bartlett graduated from the New Hampshire Police Academy as a certified officer in 1987 and holds a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from the University of Massachusetts. During his tenure in Manchester, he gained comprehensive experience in all aspects of law enforcement, community policing, and administrative and operations. Chief Bartlett has a committed work ethic and a dedicated community policing philosophy. Among his accomplishments in Manchester, he was an integral part in developing and implementing community policing programs and was awarded the Chief's Achievement Award and a Meritorious Service Medal. While in Manchester, Peter Bartlett had over 9 years' experience in a supervisory or command role and a distinguished record of success in developing and implementing and sustaining innovative policing programs. As a lieutenant, he had a command responsibilities in all aspects of the agency management and control of staffing level and overtime for compliance with the department's budget. Chief Bartlett has experience in evaluating and developing department policies and was effective at fostering the efficient and effective operations of all its units under his command. Peter Bartlett's strong leadership skills and extensive experience will be a great asset to the Hooksett Police Department going forward. The Hooksett Police Commission, together with its members of the Hooksett Police Department, enthusiastically welcomes the leadership of Peter Bartlett as the Chief of Police as we begin a new era at the Hooksett Police Department and the town of Hooksett. Signed, the Hooksett Police Department, and each commissioner has signed it. Thank you. I'm going to ask Peter Bartlett, Chief Peter Bartlett, to come forward, and I'd ask him to make a statement, and also if anybody has any questions, I'm sure he'd be willing to answer, and then later on we'll pass it on to the commissioners. And if folks have any questions of the commissioners themselves, we'll do so along with the police manager, Tom Burke, okay? And thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I just have a brief statement I'd like to make. I'd like to first thank the Police Commission for their confidence in my abilities for this position. I'd also like to thank Police Manager Thomas Burke for his cooperation and help in me, helping me with this process as well. He's been very gracious throughout this whole process, and I truly, truly appreciate everything you've done, Tom. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Hooksett Police Command staff. I've met briefly with them for their graciousness in welcoming me as well as the men and women of this agency for meeting with me and talking with me, and their graciousness and accepting me into their house as well. The Hooksett Police Department, as I've seen over the past several days, is an agency filled with hardworking, dedicated, proud, professional law enforcement officers, communications dispatchers, and administrative personnel. I am humbled for this opportunity to work on this team, and I pledge that I will work hard for them in my capacity as the new chief. As an agency, we will continue to be proactive in our community commitment for public safety, and we will work shoulder to shoulder with members of this community, the school district, Southern New Hampshire University, and businesses to ensure we are successful. As I embrace this new challenge, and I am fully committed to providing the best police service to this community, I remain available with an open door. Our relationship with town residents, employees, business leaders, and all who come into and through the town of Hooksett will be strong. Working together is the best way to ensure a safe and viable community for everyone, and I will try to do my best to ensure that that happens. Thank you. I'll take any questions if anybody has any.
Chief, how would you describe your leadership style?
My leadership style, I'm more of a cooperative leader. I like to have as much input as I can from those that are talented in the agency. I like to have the ability to tap into all the talents of those that, we have a lot of great people that work in this agency, and I'm going to tap into them, and I'm going to tap into their talents, and I'm going to use those abilities and those talents to make this agency the best police department in the region. That's my leadership style, to utilize all talented folks and work in a cooperative nature. Anybody else?
Obviously, there's been turmoil here in the past. Do you see yourself being part of this culture change and moving forward, or how would you approach that, I guess, from your point of view?
You know, I think the underlying foundation of the culture of this agency is strong. There are a lot of strong, like I said, dedicated professional individuals that work here. And I think that the culture of any agency needs to be strong with open communication. You need to have strong commitment to excellence. I think we have that here, and I'm going to foster that. I'm going to work to improve that and make sure that everybody knows that my door is always open for them as well. And I'm going to work hard for that. I'm going to work hard for them. The men and women of this agency need to have someone that will work hard for them, and I, as well as working hard for the community, I am going to do my best to work hard for them, because we need to foster good cultural relationship within this agency. Yes, sir.
Do you feel that all the work that needs to be done since the audit came through has been done, and if not, what areas are left to work on?
I don't feel like all the work has been done from the audit. I think that there are some areas that we're still working on. You know, one of the areas that we need to work on is you know, getting the personnel in place where they need to be, so that there's effective supervision. Personnel are going to be confident with what they have for supervisors on the road, that these officers are going to be given the tools and training that they need to, two things. One, be safe, and to do the job that they're employed to do. Another area of the audit that I think needs to be worked on and will be a work in progress is for a updated CAD RMS system so we can look at statistical data on how to deploy resources within the town. I think that's important. And I think in the short term, those issues are going to be looked at greatly, and I'm hoping that we can have solutions that will affect this agency for the long term.
Thank you.
Do you see this as a difficult process or an easy process, given the confidence you have in the officers that are here in terms of getting this ball rolling in the right direction?
Honestly, I think my transition into the agency is going to be an easy process. I mean, they're very gracious. It's always difficult from my perspective coming into someone else's house, but I think that with the welcome that I've gotten here has been great, and I think the transition for me is going to be an easy process. Everyone has been wonderful, and I'm looking at maintaining that as time goes on.
So you've touched on a lot of this, but I suppose in a more specific sense, what do you hope to accomplish here? So day one, month one, year one, what do you hope to do?
Day one, I'd like to get in here and I'd like to begin a process of meeting one-on-one with every member of this agency. I just want to listen to what they have to say and just have a chat with them. I think it's important to get a pulse of the culture that's here. I think it's important to get to know people that you work with. And I think that is something that I want to do from day one. I think in the weeks after that, the first few weeks of my tenure here, I want to make sure that some of the things that have been started with the recommendations from the audit get completed. There's some good work that's being done right now with the strategic plan, with some of the recommendations from the audit. I think that we have to make sure that those short-term areas that have been started get completed. And I think that with that, that's going to take a lot of time. Month one, honestly, police work is so volatile. I don't really know where I can say I'm going to be on month one. We're going to move forward with the growth of this agency. So I'm just hoping that, to give you specifics as month one, month two, I can't do that. I can't. But what I can tell you is that I'm going to work hard for the men and women of this agency, for this community, to have an open door policy and to be the best, provide the best police service that the town of Hooksett deserves. I can tell you that. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Could you speak a little bit to your feelings about transparency with the public?
Yes, I think that public transparency with the police department is necessary, and it's very, very important. One of the things that I look to do is to provide that transparency, because when you have an agency that's given the charge to be a law enforcement agency with the abilities that we have, you have to have a level of transparency with the public so that they know exactly what you're doing and that you're providing the service that they paid to provide with the dollars that they paid to provide it with. So I think public transparency is very important. I'm going to work to make sure that the public is very knowledgeable as to what we do, how we do it, and if anyone has any questions relative to that, whatever isn't part of the public record, I'm going to make sure that that's out there. I think we have some areas of work that we can work on for that. I think the website can be updated a little bit so the public can be more informed via the internet. Social media is another area where I think is very useful for our police agencies to get involved in, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Nixle, any type of media, social media that we can be informative to the public, and media outlets if they should choose to tap into those resources that we will provide. I think that having a daily log or a daily blog that the public can look at to see what our officers are doing on a regular basis is important as well. Some people have questions about what we're doing, and I think it's important to provide them with truthful answers. Yes.
Could you speak a little bit about A little bit about SRO officers. We've gone through having a full-time one, part-time, and of course, with the recent events, this has now become an issue again. Can you-
Well, I think the school resource officer in any community is a very important part of any agency. School districts in themselves, the schools that the resource officers are assigned to are in and of themselves little communities. I understand that the school resource officer in this community, in this department right now, is a part-time position. I can tell you that I've had conversations with the police commission, and I'd like to change that. I would like to have the school resource officer be a full-time position and work very closely with the school district, both the 3 schools that are in the town and both the high school students as well that travel outside of the town to attend school. So the school resource position to me is very important, and I'm going to work hard to make sure that that position flourishes. And with the recent events down in Connecticut, I understand that school safety is a very important thing. It's near and dear to all of our hearts, especially all of us that have children that attend school. So I think with that being said, any additional time in the schools that the school resource officer can put in there is certainly going to be something that I want to happen. And I've had conversations with the police commission relative to that. So we're hoping to make that happen in the short term.
Thank you.
I guess just last, every chief is subject to civilian oversight, and here in Hooksett, there's been a lot of attention on that, and some people would say there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Was there any trepidation on your part going in here on the kind of level of scrutiny that the chiefs have had here in the past, or the level of civilian involvement that goes into the department?
You know what, honestly, no. I didn't feel that way, and I'll tell you because, when we worked in Manchester, we had a board of mayor and alderman there, and there was civilian oversight of that agency too. Obviously, I wasn't privy to a lot of that in my capacity there, but in coming here and working with the police commission, every government agency has some sort of civilian oversight somewhere, whether it be an elected official putting a check on a ballot. So, for me to come in here and be able to work cooperatively with the police commission, I view that as a good thing. So I don't think that that's going to be a problem. I never even gave that a thought when I wanted to take on this opportunity. As far as I was concerned, that's the way that the department is made up, and I will work within the confines of that, and I think that I'm going to be able to work very, very well with the police commission, or any commission, or any town council that wants to chat with me, but the police commission and working with them, I have no problem with that. Anybody else?
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next, we're going to turn it over to the commissioners. I think each commissioner has not only their point of view, but perhaps some comments they would like to make in regards to the appointment of the chief of police that was just made. And I think it's good that you hear some of those comments. So I guess I'll pass it on right away to Commissioner Carolian, if you would. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson McHugh. I've been here almost 2.5 years, and I know that we've had some issues in the past. I'm moving forward. One of the main tasks and what is paramount for Police Commission is the appointing of a new chief. We took this task very seriously. We had a lot of candidates, highly qualified candidates, and we chose the best candidate that we felt that could lead this department and go forward from here on in. I have no doubt in my mind that the town of Hooksett is better off for having this new chief moving forward. It's definitely a plus. We had as everyone knows, we had a void for a while, but we filled that void, and I'm very confident that the citizens of Hooksett are going to be pleased with the appointment that the commission has done. Thank you.
Commissioner Sheriff?
Great. Thank you all for coming. During the past year for the Hooksett Police Department and the Police Commission together, we've had a huge undertaking. Implementation of recommendations from the audit. We've had many areas that are identified that needed change, and we've worked very diligently together in order to make those changes. With the understanding that change is difficult and at times very challenging, we've worked together with the members of the agency and the commission and the command staff to move the department forward. Everyone within the agency has stepped up and assumed additional responsibilities, and we believe as a commission in every member of the department and the agency, and they should be commended for their efforts. Where we are today, this is the capstone of the achievement of our efforts over the past year, and we really can't say that enough. I am quite confident that Chief Bartlett will earn the trust of the members of the Hooksett Police Department and the community, and I'm also sure that he wouldn't want to have that any other way, that he will earn that trust, and that trust and respect will be greatly deserved. During the past year, we've been able to promote from within. We've promoted a lieutenant. We've promoted 3 sergeants, 2 detectives. The agency is attracting, certified police officers from other organizations outside this agency, and that it really just goes to show you within this agency we are moving in the right direction. It's a very good time for the Hooksett Police Department and the town of Hooksett, and we're very, very encouraged. We have the utmost confidence in Peter Bartlett as our chief, and we look forward to working together in the future. Thank you very much.
After the other 2 commissioners have made their comments, I certainly don't have a lot more to add, except for to thank the community, first of all, for being very, very patient with us. This last year has been, I will say, a difficult year, but I think also there have been a lot of things that have been accomplished, and this was the final piece that we needed to put in place in order to have the department move forward. And I am so appreciative that people have had that patience. And I also would like to express openly to the public my appreciation for the staff here, both the command staff and the support staff of the department. I know it's been difficult for them and at times uncertain, and probably they probably doubted exactly where we were going with all of this. But I think as we look at it today, and both commissioners have expressed this, that we have made promotions within the department, and it shows that we have people certainly that were promotable and deserve to attain those positions. And like I said just a moment ago, the final piece was to appoint a chief of police. So given those facts, that I think we're ready, set to go forward. I'd also at this time like to offer appreciation on behalf of the Police Commission to our police manager, presently Tom Burke. Tom Burke, for those of you who do know or who don't know, came in at a difficult time, and he had a huge burden, but he seemed to be able to carry it and do it without much fanfare. He did his work and didn't pay attention too much to if there was criticism or what the talk was. And as a commissioner, I'm very appreciative of that. And finally, I want to thank you as the public for coming in and helping us to get this out to the public, and especially to the Hooksett community, because I think that the Hooksett community, its citizens, and along with the staff here, deserve to have only the best, and I think we see that today. with Peter Bartlett. So thank you all for coming, and we appreciate it. And you all have a happy holiday. Thank you. Yeah, I think all I can do. Yep, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion to adjourn the meeting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.